Now, in these 82 yoga, there is no name so far given by the great rishis of yore as Buddhi Yoga. It is Vyasa who has coined that word. Buddhi Yoga meaning acting in the world outside is natural to everybody. Whether you are intelligent or not, even an animal is functioning in the world outside. But to act in the world, keeping your intellect alert and vigilant, conscious of the higher reality, is called Karma Yoga, the path of service, path of action. Path of service is the word used in the Bible. Very limited, limited meaning in it. Comes out of that word. To remember the Lord and act on in the world outside, serve the poor, and look after the disease or the people suffering, and do your reaction, even your breathing, your eating. From morn till dusk, all actions undertaken, constantly remembering the higher reality, is called Karma Yoga. When they are centered in the higher, when I play in the world of BMI, which I have to so long as I am alive, fulfilling my duties in the world outside, not that I have a desire to gain something from the world, but to serve the world as though I am serving Him who is these names and forms. My beloved Lord is present in every form. The ocean is present in every wave. So when I am serving you, I am not serving you, individuals. I am serving Him who is in my heart, who is also in your heart. This way to act on the world outside is called Buddhi Yoga. Acting in the world outside, keeping the ideal fresh and bright at all times. Not forgetting that the world of plurality is nothing but a disturbance of my beloved Lord. Lord Himself is these forms. He is ever present in every one of them. He permeates everything. Law is no questioning your authority or your independence. To know the law is wisdom, knowledge, and to live up to it is called wisdom. And you get benefited. Law I know, but then I don't care. Suffer then. So, abhikrama, the pratyavaya is, if the ritual or the karma is not properly done, instead of it bringing blessings to you, it can very often bring calamity to yourself. It is not only in ritual, but in everywhere the same. The more powerful the thing that you are invoking, the more careful you must be. Navidyate. But these two are generally there in Karma Yoga. These two are not there in Buddhi Yoga. You hold on to an ideal, dedicated to an ideal, act on the world. This Buddhi Yoga that I am talking is better than the Karma Yoga that you have been doing. There, these two weaknesses are there. These weaknesses are not in this. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. And even a little you do it. Hayate mahado bhayad. You will be lifted from terrible fear. The fear to die. The fear to exist. The fear of not fulfilling your desires. Why? Your desires will end. There will no more fear. Even a little of it, meaning even a short time if you live this way of life, of karma, of serving others without expecting any return. with neither ego that I am doing it, nor egocentric, selfish desires to get something from it, but out of pure love when you are doing and serving it, even a little you do, a lot of change takes place in your inner personality. And the usual fears, anxieties, sense of insecurity, all these will be ended. Trayate mahado bhayal. How can my personality change? By thus keeping an ideal in front of me and working on towards it. In spite of obstacles, obstacles will come. In spite of obstacles, work on towards it. It will change your entire inner personality. How is it possible? Vyavasayatmika buddhi, an intellect which is thus inspired by one ideal, when it is functioning in the world outside, the intellect becomes integrated. Integrated intellect has much more perception and understanding than an intellect that is shattered. Ordinarily, if you place a piece of paper in the sunlight, nothing will happen. But bring a lens, and at this focus point, that much of rays of the sun are quietly integrated, the paper starts burning. In the same way, your intellect at this moment, you say that I have no intelligence, I have no capacities, my abilities are limited, I am dull-witted. Nobody is dull-witted. The difficulty is, it is not brought into a focus point. It is shattered. A million thoughts and desires and passions and anxieties are constantly in your mind, and therefore there is no strength for each ray of the intellect. One who is dedicated to science or art or literature or politics, he is implicitly doing that job and that job alone. All other things are forgotten, as it were, not of importance at all. The other things cannot disturb the intellect. That individual becomes a brilliant entity. Genius is not born, genius is made. It's only in the Western world that the genius is born, is accidental. He is a genius. Why? He is made that way by Lord. You mean to say Lord is making different types of people? He made one. But we don't know how to integrate it. An individual who has got this goal, one relentless goal, towards which you are moving, all your wandering mind becomes single-pointed and integrated. Your concentration increases. The people generally say, I have no concentration. What happened to the concentration? I don't know. I always think a million things. I cannot bring my mind to anything. It's not your fault. You have not trained your mind. Train your mind to keep one ideal in your mind and work towards it. The mind becomes single-pointed.